Yes, yes. Where's the chat gone? Yes. Yes, yes, people.
Oh. Barry's been sitting there. So you're going to hear dancing in the background, so I'm going to watch it in the background. But yeah, guys, today has been definitely adventurous.
Thank you for standing up for it. You're constantly playing for stuff centuries ago. I'm just loading up the live on JY's TV 2.0. Trying to get that thing there to 10,000. Almost there, man. Got 794 followers to go to hit 10,000. If you man ain't following the JY's TV 2.0 account, go follow that account, man. I believe I deserve the 10K so I can start making money on that account as well. I've put in enough fucking work. I've had that account for 2 years to blood clot. And do you want to know why I have a JY's TV 2.0 account? Because basically, man released a video a good long time ago. To be fair, actually, obviously, man recorded the video a long time ago. I remember I was sitting in the kitchen of Property One. Property One is the house that I used to live in, that I've always done videos in from day one, yeah? And it was called Stupid Mum Causes Son's M, yeah? The son got sent on a first class ticket to the pearly gates of heaven. And basically, the mum must have found the youth had some food in his room. And instead of, you know, I don't know if she confronted her son about it, but anyway, she dashed it down the toilet or threw it in the bin. Instead of finding out where this food came from, thinking that, you know, maybe the people that gave it to her son would want it back. Nah, this is what I'm saying, yeah? You can't trust them. Every decision they make is illogical. Zero logic. I'm so glad, yeah, that this actually jogged my memory and that, yeah. So the mum found some class A contraband in the son's room. I think the son was like 13 or 14. Now, instead of the mum confronting the son, asking him where he got it from, who does it belong to, why have you got it in your room, she just dashed it in the toilet or dash it in the bin. Do you know what a father would have done? A father would have confronted the son. Where did you get this stuff from? Whose is it? Any man that has a tiny little bit of street awareness, yeah, is street smart, will know if a 13 or 14 or 15 or 18-year-old boy has got hard food in his yard, a lot of it, he's gonna know, right, this belongs to someone whose level is higher than my son's. So if I dispose of this, Someone's gonna come looking for my son. Give you a quick little story. Every now and then, I like to drop a little gem for my stepfather. Yeah. One time in Edmonton Green, we used to have these shops called the inn shops. It was just like some, I don't even know, like some indoor market, like bare man and women from other places, yeah, not from the UK, used to have their shitty little shops inside the inn shops. Any of you lot watching this on the playback, press 1 or comment down below if you remember the inn shops in Edmonton Green, yeah? So anyway, one time, me and one local youth, 2 years younger than man, got our haircuts in the barbershop that's in there. Some African man, yeah? So anyway, boom. He said, oh, what we're gonna do, yeah, is pretend that we ain't got no money, so we don't have to pay him. So anyway, we both lied and said, oh, we ain't got no money on us. We left the money at home and that, yeah? And we bust out. So we got 2 haircuts, yeah, for free. Do you know what my stepdad did? Me, like an idiot, yeah? I went home and I told my stepdad, look, I got this haircut for free. He said, what do you mean you got this haircut for free? I said, yeah, I told the barber I was going to pay him back another day, but I'm not going to go back there and pay him. He said, listen, he dragged me to the fucking inn shops and made me pay the barber. It's only like £5 for a haircut. He made me pay the barber. Why? Because he knows that man them that are barbers have nothing going on for themselves for the most part. Therefore, they have nothing to lose. And certain man want to do you over £5, you know. It's not the £5, it's disrespect. See, that's what a father with street awareness would do. He will make sure that his son that owes somebody some stuff pays it back, because he knows that there's going to be some serious repercussions if certain things don't get paid back. If that was a mum, they'll probably just laugh it off. So anyway, the mum, she throw the thing down the toilet, the hard food down the toilet and that. Fast forward, I don't know, a couple of weeks later, you get me, the youths have caught up with him, blam, gone. Madness. If that youth had his dad in his life, he would still be alive. Because even if, yeah, let's say, yeah, no, I was going to say, even if the food got disposed of, he would just pay back. Nah, forget that. The father would have just ran the food back to the youths. Would have just ran the food back to the youths. It's as simple as that. That's why sons need their fathers in their life, because the mothers cannot be trusted to do the job properly, because they don't have no logic whatsoever. We're gonna dash the food down the toilet. Oh, how you know your son, yeah? And this is the thing. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna blame the mum for not knowing how much things are worth and that. But yo, if your son has got 10 pebs, yeah, well, each peb is £20. Don't ask me how I know. Yeah, each peb is £20. So if there's 10 there, it's 200. Yeah, but it's probably more than that. Man will come looking for you. Stupid, man. You know the baddest thing is, yeah, I like about 50 people join, but no one's even left a comment. That's weird. Big up M for sharing the live. Telling you, man, it's a cold world out there. There's some dark people in this world, you know. They will blame you over nothing. Telling you, yeah, like there's a lot of people that you can beat up someone and get away with it, but I guarantee you, yo, if you owe certain people money, fam, they ain't letting that go. They are not letting that go, fam. Listen, me and my brethren, yeah, had 3 fights back to back to back. You know why? Because he took my little young buck's bike. And I told him to give it back. He's like, blood, the bike's stolen anyway. I don't give a fuck. If I told you to do something, you don't do it. It's on. He won all 3 of those fights though, still, but I don't give a fuck. On, blood. I tell you, yeah, give the youth back the bike. You don't do it, fam. We got beef. I said, how comes you're always angry? I ain't angry, man. Fam, if you lot think man's angry, you lot don't know me. Telling you, you don't know me. I said, this guy doesn't read the comments. What comments? You know what I don't get? Yak boys robbing crops, but everyone knows where their mom lives. Yeah. Especially, yeah, like, yo, I've seen them videos. Press one if you've seen them videos, yeah, with the black youths. They run up on the Albanians. And I'm not going to say gun button, but then, man, they're tapping them like, yo, smile for the camera. Smile for the camera. Yo, didn't one of them get offed for that? I swear there was a youth, yeah, that was mocking them, yeah. Say hi for the camera, yeah. Next thing you know, boxed. And I'm not talking about the knuckle game, yeah. Trust me, you don't hang. Trust me, like listen, yo, Albanians, yo. Let me tell you something about Albanians, yeah. So like, obviously, I don't know about the new generation of Albanians, yeah, like the ones that are on the street now, innit, yeah. But like my generation of Albanians and that, like, there weren't youths that were on my age, just on the street corners repping with bandanas. Nah, them man weren't on that. But let's say a man that was like 28 and 30 years old and that, they were not, obviously they weren't on that sort of stuff, but the stuff they was on was like organized, yeah, kidnapping, yeah, where the peas at, yeah, that's what they're on. I don't know if Albanians are on the street corner record. Obviously, I know they got the little gangs here and there, but like, from what I know about Albanians, is organized. None of this on the streets, getting on the bus with 15 man, none of that. Organized, napping and extortion and stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah, okay, yeah. So someone said, yeah, in the early 2000s, them Albos thing was organized. Yeah. I said, broski, just like to say you're a real one, spitting facts, keep it real. Yeah, man. Of course, man. Should have called my name Jay Reels. Yeah. Someone said, is the NIC EIC worth joining? Yeah, man, because you know what? You got to make it work, man. But don't think for 1 second, yeah, you're going to join the NIC EIC. Do you know what? I met a guy on a construction site. His name was Igor. I think he was like from like Slovakia or somewhere like that. He said to me like, you know, when I first joined the NIC, I thought I was just going to be getting all this work falling on my lap. I'm like, nah, it's not that easy, man. Yeah. Joining the NIC is like, you know, learning how to crawl. Yeah. It's the first step. Yeah. It's day one. Don't think. See, this is the thing with a lot of uni students, yeah. The reason why when they graduate, they don't get a job and that, and then they give up is because they think as soon as they get their diploma, that's it. It's in the bag. That's it. All of these employers are going to be lining up outside my house on their knees, waiting to give me a job. No, it is the beginning. Big up my Taekwondo instructor, Master Tessa. Yeah. When I got my black belt when I was 15, she handed me the black belt. I bowed to her and she said, this is the beginning. I'll always remember that. You know me, I always remember them little things from back in the day. When I was 15, 18 years ago, you know. Man's 33, I'm old. This is the first live stream since I turned 33 last week, yeah? I remember when I was 15, around July, yeah. So this would have been 2007, maybe. Nah, it would have been 2008. Yeah, 2008, around July times. Yeah, I was 15. Yeah, I got my black belt. Obviously, I passed my grading, and when she handed me the black belt, she said, "This is the beginning." Yeah, yeah. This is the beginning. Do you know what? Yeah, my old taekwondo instructor, Master Tessa, man, like she was one of that. Yeah, she's up there. Up there. I remember like she always used to say to us, like, believe in yourself, you know. Just little gems, yeah, little one-liners. I mean, she would be shouting it, not in an aggressive way, but obviously like, I don't know, we're sparring or something. I don't know what we're doing, but I can still hear her voice right now, you know. Believe in yourself. Yeah. She had that iron mind. Much love to her, man. She was like, she is like, even though I ain't spoke to her for years, my old taekwondo instructor, Master Tessa, is like my second mom. If she phoned me today and she was in trouble, I would stop what I'm doing and go down to help her. Just like if my mom phoned me, literally. This is one person I've never spoken about, you know, really, you know, because none of you lot have really heard about her. This is a white woman as well, you know. She's from the Netherlands, but she grew up in Denmark. So she's a white woman. But yeah, man, she was like my second mum. If she phoned me today and said, I'm in trouble, I will stop what I'm doing and fly down there to help her. I don't care what time it is, don't care what I'm doing. I'm flying down to wherever she lives in North London. She lives in North London. And I'm going to help her out. Which account do you read DMs? Yeah, all of them. Well, some of them. Just you can DM me on this one. Right, hold on. Are you still in touch with her? Nah, I ain't spoke to her in years, you know. Yeah, I ain't spoke to her in years, man. Yeah, I must try and make some contact with her. I don't even know how I would contact her, man. But yeah, man, she was a serious woman. Do you know what? A man just read my mind, you know. A man said, put the kettle on, fam. I was just about to do it. Swear to God. How much equity do you have in your properties in total? 200 grand. So basically, if I sold all of my properties, I would have about 200 grand in cash. Evening, just seen your post on For You, and I thought I'd just drop in. What video was it you see? I said minoxidil does not cause infertility. Yeah, if you spray it on your head, if you take the pills and that, it fucking will, blood. I ain't got no kids yet. Yeah, now if I had 6, 7 kids, then yeah, I wouldn't give a fuck. I ain't got no kids yet. There needs to be a few JYs running around. You know what? Me, I'm a madman, you know. You know, I was driving around today, yeah. And for some reason, this thought popped into my head. Someone left a comment underneath one of my videos calling me the King of Northampton. So when I read the comment, and then when I was thinking about me reading the comment today, I was like, fuck Northampton. Then I thought, you know what? Maybe I should just take over Northampton, you know. But I should just have 6 kids running around in Northampton. Yeah. Oh shit. Listen, this is why, yeah, I love my supporters, yeah. Because a man just remind, like, yo, have you turned the monetization on? Respect, brother. Big up, Jimmy. Man said build an Edmonton, yeah. I'll be bringing Edmonton to Northampton. Yeah, nice one for reminding me about it. I would have totally forgot, man. K1 said, big up wise. Come on, man. There. Has the renters' right bill affected you as a landlord? What's the renters' right bill? That stupid section 61 nonsense, or you got non-fault evictions. You have a book, yeah. I wrote a book during lockdown. Someone said opinion on women who smoke weed. Oh. I ain't taking no fucking girl seriously that smokes weed. No. I'm not. I can meet a nice girl. If she tells me that she buns, I'm just like, oh. Because I just think to myself, like, yo, that's stopping. But it might be hard for her to stop. You know what I mean? Like me, I'm not one of these people, yeah, like, I find, yeah, a lot of people are very picky. Like, you would think, yeah, that I'm a very picky person. I'm not, you know. Me personally, I'm the sort of man, yeah, like, right, if I come across a girl, yeah, I'm like, right, how can man, you know what I mean? Like, yo, man, not just write off people just, yeah. Or, but I've seen that stupid pop the balloon. Certain man have written off girls, yeah, because they don't like the shoes that she's wearing, or they don't like her dress sense and that. Yo, fam, you can change a woman, you know. I'm not going to man, I ain't here to try and repair no broken cars. Yeah. What I'm saying is women, they can change and adapt over time. I'm just gonna write off a thing. Now, obviously, if you think the thing is clap, then obviously, in it, but yeah, man, I find a lot of these people nowadays, man, they're just bare picky, man. Me, I ain't that picky, man. Obviously, there to be like me, the biggest turn off is a dirty girl. I've been to some tenants' houses and that, and I'm thinking, yo, I will never come back here for a second test. If you get what I'm trying to say. No way. Not with the state of this house. Nah. Remember one time I went to one girl's yard. Obviously, she got in contact with me. Anyway, man's gone to this girl's yard now. And on the way there, I'm thinking, please don't make this house be dirty. Because you just don't know. You just don't know. Please don't make this house dirty. But the house was all right. She even had a fucking dog. She even had an XL bully. Yeah. The house was all right. But I'm just, because you just don't know, man. I've been to some chicks' yards on this contract, yeah? And like the nicest girl, her flat that I went to, like this is the prettiest girl's flat that I've been to on this contract. I remember like it was yesterday. I can't remember her name, but I remember where she lives. She had fruit flies in the kitchen. The flat was a mess. She even smelled a BO. But she was the prettiest girl I've seen on this contract. She had problems, man, like in and out of foster care and that some wild shit. So, yeah. But yeah, I remember her. She was the prettiest girl that I've come across on this contract. And she even smoked a BO. I'm not even lying. Not even lying, boy. Someone said, what do you think of all the taxes being put on landlords? I mean, I don't really know what the taxes are that have been put on landlords and that. But what I'm saying is, and what I've been saying for a little while, is there's an invisible war that's going on, that's been going on, that will continue to go on. And it's landlords versus everybody else. Everybody hates landlords. People just don't like landlords. I don't know what the problem is. They seem to think, yeah, because I've heard people say, oh, the thing is with having a landlord, at any time they can just put the rent up and that. Yo, landlords don't put the rent up, yeah, for the fun of it. They don't put the rent up for the sake of putting rent up. A lot of people seem to think, yeah, landlords are some evil, scheming individuals, yeah, that sit in a room, a dark, red room, thinking, right, how can we suck the life out of these tenants, yeah? All the nutrients and money these tenants have got, how can we put them on life support, yeah? It's not that. Landlords don't even want to put their rent up. Do you know why? Because landlords will think, right, if I put the rent up, then maybe the tenants are going to want to leave. It's not that. The reason why the landlords put the rent up is probably because their mortgage rate's gone up. That's why the landlords put the rent up. They're not here to suck the tenants dry. Pause. Stop. Rewind. Yeah. But seriously, they're not here to rip off the tenants, because they know they can say, "Oh, I'm putting the rent up," and that the tenant can just leave. Right, let me go make this tea. Jay Wise ain't Jay Wise. Mama ain't Jay Wise. I'll be back. Anyway, what's the title of this video? This live stream. But my wife said like I've been saying, I don't know, was it on JY's TV, the regular one? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I met a man the other day. He's cool. I actually like the guy and that. So obviously, man, not attacking him, but just attacking the mindset. Yeah, because it's not just him. He's the one that prompted me to make these videos and that. But too much, man, I instantly lose respect for a man. I'm not gonna talk to a man any different. But what I'm saying is, you go from here to here instantly when a man talks about, oh, but my wife said, oh, you know, well, the missus have to run it by the missus. Chief, blood. Chief. Even the other day, yeah. I had one. You know that plumber guy I told you about, the fucking jackass, yeah. This guy, he was supposed to come and do some work, and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna be a bit late, you know, because I've got to drop my girl to Bedford." Let me tell you something right now, yeah. If his girl, if my man was not driving, I promise you that girl would have nothing to do in Bedford. Guarantee you, yeah. A lot of men just get used for fucking taxi service and that. Man, dropping gal down to fucking Bedford. Don't get it twisted. I came from Bedford today. I literally came from Bedford about 40 minutes ago. No, a bit what? Yeah, about an hour ago. That's how you know man's getting old, yeah? So I go down to Bedford to go to the Creams dessert shop, yeah? Because obviously there's one that's closer, which is in Milton Keynes, but I can't see my bike when I go to the Milton Keynes, if I went to the Milton Keynes one, because the Milton Keynes one's inside of a shopping mall, shopping precinct, yeah? So I go to the one in Bedford because the one in Bedford, I park the bike outside the front and I sit at the front of the shop like a security guard watching my own bike, yeah? So anyway, people always walking by, bunch of nitties in Bedford as well. It's unbelievable. But the 20 miles an hour speed cameras too, yeah? So anyway, I'm sitting in the shop. No. Actually, no. I think, yeah, I went to the toilet and then I was walking back to my seat, which is in the front of the shop. So these two girls were walking by. So I just thought they were looking into the shop as they were walking by. No, sorry, I was actually sitting down. But anyway, I was sitting down. So I thought they was looking into the shop because I'm just literally sitting in the shop looking out of the window at my bike, yeah? So they're walking past and they're looking into the shop. So I just think they're looking into the shop. I didn't clock they was looking at me. So anyway, the girl stopped and she was like, so I said, come in the shop. So anyway, she was like, what's up with the fit? And I said, oh, look. And she was like, oh, that's your bike and that. She was like, oh, yeah, cool. So I said, how old are you? She said, I'm 16. I said, Jesus Christ. So anyway, so she was like, how old are you? I said, how old do you think? She said 18. I looked at her like, are you serious? Anyway, her friend came in the shop, yeah? And I was like, yo, how old do you think I am? Because she was going to ask her friend, how old does this guy think this guy is? And that. She was like, oh, 20 something. I'm like, yeah, that's more like it. I said to the girl, yo, I'm old enough to be a dad, you know? And I was even thinking about this the other day. I'm seeing police officers nowadays, you know, who are a little bit younger than me. That's how you know man's getting old. When there's police officers that are younger than man. Yeah, I'm not talking about little 18-year-old rookie, but like police officers that, you know, they've been in the force for a few years. They're even younger than me. So you know man's getting old, fam. How many hours do you think I should work at 18, not in education? 60 hours. 60 hours minimum. 12-hour days, 5 days a week. You should be doing, yeah? Really and truly, if you're a young man watching this right now, you should be working 72 hours. You should be working Monday to Saturday, 12 hours a day, and have 1 day off, Sunday. And you, listen, if you want to be successful, you're going to have to do 70-hour weeks for a solid few years. Yeah? It's only 12-hour days. 12-hour days, 6 days a week. Do that for the next few years. obviously make sure you're earning decent money, because you could be doing 12-hour days working in fucking Asda and what? Only, I don't know, just clearing 1,800 a month. Fuck that. So work 12-hour days, make sure you're getting paid some decent money. Yeah. Like a man, was it Jim Rohn said, learn to work hard at the right thing. Or was it, no. To be fair, he said, learn to work harder on yourself than your job. But someone once said, learn to work hard at the right thing. Yeah. Yeah, you can do 16-hour days all you want. If you're only getting paid fucking minimum wage, £4 something an hour, but then it's a waste of time. So, big up Wesley. I just see him join. Big up Wesley. Yeah, but when you're young man, you should be doing 12-hour days, 6 days a week. 12-hour days, 6 days a week. You need that one day off to rest, man. But 12-hour days, 6 days a week, this is what it takes. Then invest that money into something that's going to bring you back a return. Don't do 12 hours a day, 6 days a week just to get the fucking Mercedes. No, because the Mercedes is not going to bring you back no money. You want to make, you see that time and effort that you've invested, that 70-hour weeks? Yo, once you get that money, you want to make that money work for you, so that that time that you put in was worth it. What's the point of doing 70-hour weeks just for the sake of driving a nice car? Do the 70-hour weeks so that you can buy multiple properties. So then now you don't have to work 70-hour weeks. You don't even have to work 40-hour weeks. You can do 20-hour weeks. Do you know why? Because your fucking properties are bringing you back money that's making up for the time that you could have been spending working. Subsidized, should I say. I said Mercedes will get gal. Listen, big up Wesley. Listen, you don't need a nice car to get gal. You don't. Me, I've always got girls, and I've never had a nice car. And they ain't banging me because I'm a motorbike. They don't get, bro. I'm telling you, all these things, yeah, you think it takes to get gal. I'm telling you, it don't. Now, are there going to be some girls that only date man because they got a nice car? Yeah. But you know what, bro? Those are the girls that say Hakkasan and Gauchos for the first date. Get them. If I'm taking a girl, Hakkasan or Gauchos and that, what? While she's on a break from her ex and she's just going to use me for my time? This is why I am reluctant to take girls out on dates. Yeah. Once I clocked, raw, chicks will have a man out on a date and they ain't got no interest in, you know, this going in the romantic direction. Nah. You must be mad. You must be crazy. You think I'm gonna be wasting my money? Wait, do you know what? It's not even the money, it's the time. So I'm gonna spend 3 hours out of my day taking this girl out on a date, her wasting my time, when I could be cutting up or making videos. Both. That's gonna bring me back money. You must be crazy, man. Gal will waste your time. Forget the money. What's 50, 60 pounds? Gal will waste your time, knowing full well. Yeah, like listen, if they just went and they was open-minded, like, oh, you know, I kind of like this guy. You know, we'll see how it goes and that. But certain gal, it's not even that. They'll just go out on a date strictly knowing, nah, this ain't going nowhere. The whole time they're looking at you, they can just see their ex's face. Yeah. Big up Shane. It's been a while. Yeah. You know, I really need to go out to Egypt, you know. I met some To be fair, she wasn't a tenant. She was the mum of the tenant. This one was a big woman. She's like 59 years old. She told me. She said that she went to Egypt not too long ago. And I was thinking like, blood, man, I need to go to fucking Egypt, man. Sort out this property, boy. One day, boy. JY, the second. One sec. JY, the second I handed back the Merc, I cried. No more gyal. Yeah, it's no more gyal because you believe that's what it took to get gyal. And I guarantee you, yeah, the reason why you're probably getting girls, yeah, with the Merc is because they just wanted to drive around in it. Use probably their taxi service. Answer this question. How many gyal was you chopping because of that Mercedes? It's the thing, yeah. I keep telling people, yeah. I keep telling these youths and that, yo, I keep asking them to look at the clothes, look at the money they're spending on the clothes, yeah? So they're wearing top tier designer clothes, Balmain, Gucci, LV, and that. Cool. They're spending a lot of money on these clothes and these trainers, yeah? But you're wearing top tier clothes, but are you dating top tier girls? Are you dating the 8s, the 9s, and the 10s? The real 8s, 9s, and 10s. Not what you think is an 8, 9, or 10. An actual 8, 9, and 10. An Instagram model, basically. Are you dating those girls? The girls that you like and, you know, follow them and that. Are you dating those sorts of girls? The answer is probably no. So what's the fucking point, yeah, of wearing all these nice clothes, drip, drip, and fucking bust down clothes and cities and that, for you to not even be getting 8s, 9s, and 10s, real 8s, 9s, and 10s. Because if you think you're walking down the road and you're seeing 8s, 9s, and 10s, think of fucking again. Every now and then you might see a 9 on the road. Yeah? But yeah, so you're not just wasting your fucking money, man. Big up man like Dulce David. Do you know what? I was gonna message you, Dulce David, you know, because I saw a comment saying, oh, when's the next live? I was gonna message you, but I thought, you know what? He's probably gonna see it anyway. Same. But Fling 420, respect my brother. He's one of the members. Join the membership. You know, I need to upload another video actually. How much did you buy the Egypt property for? So that's it. So basically, yeah, when I met the woman today, so this woman is not a tenant. She is the mum of the tenant. The tenant was at work and the mum was just sitting in for the test. Yeah. Cool. Boom. So anyway, so she told me she went to Egypt not too long ago. And I said to her, you know, I need to go. I said, did you go to her garden? She was like, yeah. I'm like, I've got a property there. She's like, no way. She's like, how much did you buy it for? I said, it was cheap. It was 8,600 at the time because I bought it off plan. If I bought it after it would have been like 10,000 something. And she was like, yeah, they was looking at buying a property the other day in Egypt, like on a resort. She said that, yo, they was going to spend like 28 grand. I'm like, hey? I'm thinking, yo, I might need to shop my thing, you know, if they were about to, if they're worth 28 grand now, you know. I might have to do that. Do you sub a lot of work? Do you sub a lot of main contractors? Do you sub a lot? What? No, I don't understand that, man. You have to reword that, man. I mean, I work for a company. I'm my company subcontractor. That's it. We need to hear your wisdom. What do you want to hear? What do you want to hear? Check live YouTube comments. I said the real top G here. Big up my man. He beat them cases. Yeah. Do you have a gold card? What you think of it? Yeah, I got a gold card. One of the reasons why I wanted to get a gold card as well is just to prove that I'm a qualified electrician. You know what I mean? my form, it's my way of like having ID and that. How did you navigate Egypt? I've never been. I've never been, rude boy. But yeah, I'm coming off at probably 10 o'clock. I just wanted to show my face because a few people have been messaging me like, yo, when you gonna jump on, do a live and that. So King A, come on. You ever watch FitX Fearless? Yeah. I watch FitX Fearless, yeah. You know, I ain't watched much King Riches lately. You know, I must drop in on King Riches and see what he's up to. I see him on the back chat, so he's still all right. He's doing all right. But yeah, man, I should go and watch some King Riches. I ain't seen him for a little while. Still, check him out. Oh, has he been quiet? Yeah, okay. Yeah, King Rich is one of the originals. One of the originals from the UK. I think he is the original, really. He was talking on this red pill and all this, yeah, female nature. Who was talking on it before him? Who from the UK was talking about it before him? I think he was the original, yeah. He is the original. Because a lot of you lot don't even realize, yeah. He was on the Fresh and Fit podcast right in the beginning. Like he never went there live, but like he done like a video call with Myron and them. Long time ago. This is when Fresh and Fit were up and coming. Yeah, someone said, yeah, they see that, yeah. Yeah. So he's one of the originals. But like I said, like before, when I was younger and that, because obviously I'm older than King Riches anyway, but when I was younger, like on YouTube, there was no one for me to watch. Man had the only people I had to watch for fucking motivation was Les Brown and Steve Harvey. There was no, I mean, not that I discovered. There probably was a few diamonds in the rough and that, but I just didn't discover them and that. But for the most part, there was no one out there. It wasn't like, you see, like now, yeah, you got bare man just on YouTube making videos about this and that. Yeah, and I believe one of the originators of this thing, is AMS. Big up Alpha Male Strategies. He's one of the originators. I promise you, if there was no such thing as Alpha Male Strategies, there would be no FitX Fearless. There would be no Steph is Cold. There would be no MJ Get Right. You see all these youths, yeah? These random youths. You don't even know their name. You just see 1-2 videos and that. Like, man will be talking about what is it? No Fap and all of this stuff. Yeah? With Handsome Man's Game, all these stupid videos. I promise you, if AMS never existed, none of those guys would be online. Do you know what? Maybe I wouldn't even be online. Maybe, you know what? Maybe AMS even, because obviously I don't make videos about female nature like that. But you know what? I was watching him in the beginning, like, and he probably inspired me to jump on camera as well, you know. Obviously, my thing is not about women, innit? Man was talking about police stop and searches and that. But yeah. Yeah, man. Pick up AMS. Right. So this Megan person said, are you an inspirational? This doesn't even make any sense, but Are you an inspirational to the youth? How exactly? Please reword it and then I'll answer that. Because I don't know, maybe you're trying to be funny or something, yeah. But yeah, let's say this person is asking me like, oh, are you an inspiration to the youth? You damn right I am. You damn right. If the youth follow my footsteps, they won't be standing on the street corners smoking things they're not supposed to be smoking. They'll be working. They'll be saving their money, investing in property, and making their mom and dad proud. So yeah, I am an inspiration to the youth. Yeah, there's a lot of people online. Yeah, you know, they speak facts. You know, their videos are good to watch. They're good orators and that. But ask them for a plan to make something of their life. They can't give it to you. They can't give it to you. They can't. That's why I say I'm the most important person from the UK on social media. Because if the youths them ask me, Jay, how can I make something of myself? How can I make money whilst I'm sleeping in that? I'll tell them what to fucking do. It ain't gonna happen overnight. But I've done it myself. Ask them for a plan. They can't give it to you because they're not even a lot of these guys as well, yeah, that make these videos and that, they don't even tell you what they do as a job. They don't tell you what they do as a job. They don't you know, tell you how much they earn. Like me, I'm very transparent. I'll tell you what I do for a job. I'll tell you how much I earn. I'll tell you how much properties I've got. I'll tell you how much each property brings me in income and that. I don't give a fuck. Getting into property isn't gonna get me as many gal as my CLA. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, you ain't gonna get. Bro, listen. If property's got gal, yeah, I would be banging all the Mitches, yeah. Bro, I got 6 properties. You know what I was thinking? Telling you, I'm a madman. You know what I was thinking? You know that I've got the 2 flats that are opposite each other, yeah. I was thinking like, yo, I have 1 gal in there, 1 gal in that one. Yo, and start a breeding farm. Yeah. You know, like in 2 locations, man's got 2 properties side by side, didn't it? Yeah. So obviously in 1 location, man's got the 2 flats, and then property number 1 is next to property number 6. Thinking, yeah, you get me. What I'll do is I'd have 1 girl in 1 flat and then 1 girl in the other flat. Have 1 baby with each of them, then have a couple more. And once, you know, there's too many babies, too many kids in the rooms and that, then upgrade them to the 2 properties that are side by side and then start the cycle with the next batch of women and that. And start fucking breeding farms, boy. Is this better than an Airbnb strategy? Well, I mean, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be turning my properties into Airbnbs. Right. Will you buy more? Yeah. Not right now, though. Someone said, never ever cry in front of girls. I've never cried in front of a chick. I mean, I don't even know when the last time is that I cried. I've been rushed and stabbed. I've been to jail. I ain't cried. I think I was one of these guys that go to prison and cry in their cell. Oh, I wanted to go to prison. I wanted to go to jail. Yeah, not for a long time, but I wanted to see, like, yo, what's this Feltham thing like? Yeah, Feltham is the checkpoint. Yeah, everyone touches Feltham. Yeah, forget ISIS, but Feltham is the checkpoint. I said, Jay Wise, why don't you give back to the lovely community of Edman? I'm giving back to the community. I'm making these videos. Went Ghost, picked up a skill and saved up 45k. Yeah, good. This Doa Nomad said, well, at the end he put took. What? How long did it? Was you gonna say how long it took? But Jay was my boy keeps crying over silly things like being ugly in front of me. Should I cut him off? Yeah, man, lock him off, man. Lock him off, blood. Bent a man up, man. But crying about it ain't gonna help. Yeah, you just gotta be the best ugly guy you can be. That's it. Ain't no such thing as an ugly millionaire. Nah, this guy's chatting shit. Oh, I'm so ugly. All this bullshit and that. Oh. What do you think about tenant giving 2 months notice and leaving? Yeah, why not? That's cool. Listen, I had a tenant, yeah, he asked me, oh, how much notice do you need? But I just told him, just give me 2 weeks notice. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. Next. Listen, I live in abundance, yeah? If a girl's acting up, next. Who's the worst tenant you've had? That fucking girl. I still need to make that video, you know. That girl. Damn jackass. Asking me, have you got a lighter? What for? To light some candles. You are not lighting any candles. That's what I said to her. We're to burn down that yard. That girl did worry me. I just knew something was going to happen when I left on the 20th of December 2024. I went to my mum's yard and every day my phone would go off, text, call, whatever. And I'd look at the phone and no, it's not her, it's someone else. Cool. The 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th went by. Nothing from her. Then on the 25th of December, Christmas night, 10 p.m., I'm standing up in my mum's living room, talking to myself like a madman. I see my phone ring. I look over, it's her. I answer the phone. Oh, hi. Are you around? No, I'm not around. Why? What's up? I've been locked out. I ain't got my key. Can you come down and let me in? No! Cast her out. Fucking. Oh. I went mad. My mom was at work. My stepdad and my little brother and my little sister upstairs, yeah? They must have thought, who the hell is Jelani talking to like that? The guy said, I swear the neighbor said she had the key anyway. No, so she told me that she told me that she left the key in her room, and on the way out, she shouted to the guy upstairs, lock the door behind you, and left to go out to work. Yeah. She said she came back from work and the door was locked because the guy had gone out and locked the door, yeah, and gone about his business. So I cussed her out, blasted her on the phone, and put down the phone. Yeah, cool. I don't give a damn what's happening to this girl. She can sleep out on the streets. All I give a fuck. Yeah, I told her go on phone a locksmith because I'm not coming down. Yeah. So anyway, I hung up the phone and I did not contact her for 2 days. I didn't even contact her. Yeah. On my way back up to Northampton from Edmonton, I'm just about to hit Northampton. Yeah. The tenant, the guy that allegedly locked her out, he's phoned me. I can't remember what he even phoned me about. And I was like, oh, what happened with the girl? He was like, oh, yeah, she phoned me and said that she's been locked out. So he said, oh, all right, then, you know, he started to get his stuff ready. He was going to drive down from Derby or Peterborough to unlock the door for this damn jackass, you know. Better than me, yeah? But then he said he got a phone call from her 20 minutes later to say, don't worry about it, I found the key. He said, where did you find the key? She found it on the grass outside. It's fucking bullshit. Obviously, you lot don't know the way the property is and that. There's no need for her to walk across the grass. There's no need for her to walk across the grass because there's a pathway. The only people that walk across the grass is people who pull up in a car and park outside. She don't have no fucking car. God forbid that girl's driving. Yeah, maniac on the road. Do you know what? That girl there, yeah, she's so useless. She will probably stall an automatic car. Yeah, you know how hard it is? It's not even possible to stall an automatic car, yeah? Anyway, she lied. She did not leave her key in the room. She was not locked out. She did not find the key out on the grass. She lied about it completely. Now, some people have said to me, why would someone lie about that? The same reason why there are a young girl in prison for doing things to, yeah, you understand, yeah? The Polish, English born, but the Polish chick. Someone put her name in the comment section. You know what I'm talking about. There are people that just do crazy stuff that are unwarranted. If there are people who can send people on a first-class ticket to the pearly gates, people that can do all these mad crimes against these people that they should be doing mad crimes against, why can't people make up lies about foolishness? You don't have too much faith in humanity. I understand that humans are fucking stupid, yeah? So I don't put things past nobody. She lied. And I've come across a similar situation. I went to a tenant's flat. The guy wasn't there. I met some random woman there. Do you know why I met some random woman in his flat? Because the guy was in prison. Why was he in prison? Because on Christmas Day, he decided to set the flat on fire. I put two and two together. There's me thinking this guy's in his 30s. Big man, 52 years old. He was lonely. That's why he set the flat on fire. He looked around at his situation. He looked around in his shit surrounding. No friends, no gal, no one to speak to on Christmas Day. He must have thought, you know what, my life, yeah, bun it. Yeah, bun it. Yeah, literally, bun it. Yeah. Madman. He could have set the whole block on fire and pitched everyone in the block because he was lonely. See, if he just done the work in life, yeah, if he just put the work in, yo, even if people ain't around you for the right reasons, yo, you still have some people. There ain't no lonely millionaires out here. Trust me. They're lonely by choice. Because even if people don't want to be around, people want to be around it for the wrong reasons and that, still, you still got somebody. Now, obviously, me, I don't live in scarcity. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about nobody. I am happy to be on my own, honestly. That's it. I don't give a fuck about having no girlfriend. The only thing I think about is breeding women. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. And having children and that. Because, yo, I need to pass on my assets to them. But I don't give a damn about having a girlfriend or anything like that. Don't give a shit. Press 1, yeah, if you've seen those videos that I've been reacting to by the white guy, the psychologist, the American guy. He made a video talking about why people get into bad relationships, yeah? And there was one part, it was a fucking gem. He said the reason why a lot of people get into bad relationships is because a lot of people, they can't stand themselves. They hate themselves. The voice in their head is too loud. They can't stand to be alone. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, this guy's fucking right, you know. People that can't stand to be alone, especially men. I can't really speak for women because women are social creatures. They always need to be around somebody. But men that can't stand to be alone, I think it's because they don't like themselves, you know. Me, I love myself. You call me a narcissist, call me what you want. But me, I love myself. I love being on my own. I don't think, oh, I want to be around people and that. I'm just too busy to be around people. So yeah, what that guy was saying was a gem. He said the voice in their head is just too loud for them to take. It's the realest truth. They can't stand to be alone with their thoughts because the voice in their head is too loud. No, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Was the T Lidge? Yeah. Man, I think it's again next one still. But to be fair, water on demand. Hey, 1, 2, 3. I see you the other day. Was it 2 days ago? You was on A1 from the Nines live, chatting a whole heap of nonsense in his live. In the comment section, obviously. Am I gonna make this shot? You lot on YouTube can see this. Am I gonna make this shot? Oh, next time. I said some patchy beard. Yeah, my beard's always been patchy. Your mama's been tearing it out. Like, coming off in 20 minutes. I think I'm gonna have an early night tonight, you know. I might go to bed early. Do you know what time I go to bed? I go to bed at like 1 in the morning every day, you know. 1 in the morning, rude boy, every day. Right, the man said, how much does this guy even make hearing all this talk? Probably getting £100 a month after the mortgage and that. See, this is the thing, yeah? A man, that's what I'm saying. Why are you hating? A man will be talking against me having properties and that. Yo, you're just trying to. There's a better word than hate. What is it? Not to try to take away. It's better than downplay. But yeah, basically, you're just trying to downplay it. You know, yeah, I'm in a better position having 6 properties than whatever the fuck you're doing. Yeah? Are you still doing meat rates? Mates rates, you mean? Hey! Now this is a comment that I like. They got Jimmy Bradshaw. He said, when are you making the top P-Star video? Yo, that one there needs to come soon. Yeah? I mean, I've got a list. Yeah? I've got a list. They're from my generation. I don't watch that stuff. Yeah, the list from my generation. So Cherokee, Lisa Ann, Sheila Starr, them sort of people there. Leela Starr, like the people like Lacey Duvall, you know, them like Pinky, Jada Fire, them sort of people there. I don't know about these new girls and that. Yeah, Isis Taylor. Yeah, my generation. That if Cherokee ain't number one, it's rigged. No, do you know what it is? Yeah, so I've got someone in mind. Yeah, who is number one. They are ranked as the GOAT. Yeah. So obviously, I'm gonna write down. I'm gonna say like obviously they're up there anyway. Yeah, but they're not my GOAT. Yeah, you understand? Who's Beauty Dior? I don't know what that is. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know all these new ones. Man say respect from Albania. Are you actually in Albania watching me? Yeah. Jay, since you have a comfortable income, do you have the same hunger for money? Oh, that's a good question, you know. Probably not, but it's not me. I'm not bothered about. Obviously, money is the end goal and that, but it's like me. Put it this way, yeah. When I'm in the process of buying a property, let's say I'm gonna put down 20 grand as a deposit. Let's say, yeah, there's a chance that the property can fall through. Let's say the property falls through. I'll be vexed. Certain people will be like, do you know what? Do I really need this extra property? Would I rather hold on to my 20 grand? Some people rather hold on to the 20 grand. I'd rather get rid of the 20 grand and have another property. I'm not that bothered about. Like, I don't give a fuck about sitting on large wads of cash. There's no way I want to be sitting on just 200-300 grand, but still taking home 4 grand a month. Fuck that. I'd rather have 10-20 grand in the bank, but be taking home 15-20 grand every month. Yeah. What savings? What savings? What does money really do for you? Money's doing nothing for you unless it's bringing more money. Yeah, congratulations, you're sitting on 200-300 grand and that. But you know, a lot of people that sit on money are people that are in scarcity. You see, poor people, they think about ways to save money. Saving, yeah, that's a scarcity mindset. Saving. When you've got an abundance of food, yeah, you know that when you see like them people like that like a feast. They take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, whatever, and that. Most of the food goes in the fucking bin. When you're in scarcity, yeah, you want to keep it, yeah, you want to not throw away nothing. You always want to be in abundance. I don't give a fuck about saving up large wads of cash and that. I like to live in abundance, man. So yeah, I'm not worried about. I'm not trying to save money. I'm trying to find ways to make money. Poor people, they try to find ways to save money. Rich people try to find ways of using their money to make more money. Poor people try to save time. Rich people try to save. Sorry, poor people try to save money. Rich people try to save time. A poor person would rather walk 10 miles if it can save them £200. Yeah? Rich person will never do that. They'll pay the £200 and do the journey in 10 minutes. How much do you make on top of each mortgage after bills and that? Not that much, man. Probably like £400 or £500 or something like that. Maybe less. I don't know. It just depends on which property we're talking about. But obviously, you see property number one, that's a rental property. I make 1,500 from that. The mortgage is like 600. And the bills, I say the bills are about £400 or something. So about £500 on top, probably. Something like that. If the bills are £400, the bills are less than that. I'm making definitely £600 profit off of that. You watch. You see, when I do the Airbnbs, yo, with Airbnb properties, yeah, yo, you can make, yeah, like up to like, I know a guy that makes £3,000, up to £3,000 from a 2-bed flat. So if I have a 1-bed flat, I could probably make up to 2,200, 2,300, yeah? Cool. So obviously, I've got 3 flats, yeah? So if my 3 flats are generating £2,000 each, yeah? That's £6,000. Remember, I've got 3 houses, yeah? Well, two houses will be rental houses and one is my house, yeah? So my 2 houses, I can make easily £3,000 a month from them. So 3 plus 3 is 6, plus the other 3 properties as another 6. I can make £12,000 a month off of Airbnb. £12,000 a month. I wouldn't even need to work. Some of the tenants whose yard I go to, yeah, they said to me, so why are you working if you got 6 properties? I'm like, yeah, you're right, you know. You're right. Mind out for the 90 rule though. What's that? What, the 90% let rule? Like 90% of the time it's going to be let. What's the 90-day rule? What's that? Yeah, I'm coming off in like 10, 15 minutes. I think I might just have an early night tonight, you know. Can only rent it out for 90 days on Airbnb. Yeah, but remember, there's still other websites that you can use, you know, booking.com. Yeah, you're saying that's in London. Well, I'm not in London. Not the Airbnb is not in London. You know, I'm in London. Yeah, you might catch me in Edmonton. You might catch me in Broadwater Farm. You might see me on the street near you. Innit? I'm around. He said, "Nah, it's for all websites." Okay. So what do you mean you can? So what do you mean you can only? Oh, he's saying, oh, actually, you're probably not in London. 90-day rule won't apply. Do you know? I'm gonna research that. Even though it don't apply to me, I'm still gonna research that. So what is it? You can only rent out rent it out on Airbnb or whatever for 90 days. Bro, there's ways around that. There's ways around it. You can create another profile or something like that. Come on, man, use your brain. 90 days of the year. That's bullshit. There's no way that you can only rent out a property for 90 days in the year. Bullshit. That's bullshit. I said it's me, Joke Man, Jerry Wise. Change my name and everything. Oh, Snazzy. Oh, okay. The only reason why I clocked you is because you said it's Snaz in your thing. It says official Snazzy or something like that. Oh, 90 days at a time. Yeah, that's all right then. So you mean like one booking is 90 days maximum? Do you know? Let me just read this whilst I'm online. Hold on one sec. But again, big up Jimmy Bradshaw for reminding me to monetize the thing, man. I respect that still. 90-day Airbnb. Let's see. Let's see what it says. So the 90-day rule on Airbnb is a legal limit on how many nights an entire property can be rented out for short-term stays in a calendar year, primarily in London. Airbnb automatically blocks bookings for entire properties after 90 days unless the host has specific planning permission from the local council to host for longer periods. This rule aims to protect long-term housing availability by preventing properties from being converted to full-time holiday lets. Okay. Listen, there's ways around it. I'm not saying it's legal, but I'm saying there's ways around it. Me personally, let's say the 90-day rule applied, yeah, to the properties in London and that, yeah? I'll find a way around it. I'll find a way around it. I'll find a way around it. Trust me. Your man, like, obviously my name's Jay White, but no, seriously, yeah? I will find ways around things, you know. The way my brain works, yeah, is mad. It's mad. Give me a problem, give me an obstacle, give me a hurdle. I will find a way around it. Might not be a legal way, yeah, maybe very heavily frowned upon, but I'll find a way around it. Man said that's why you went to prison. I will find a way around it. Teacher told me to be a plumber, mate, and work towards the NVQ, which is quicker than apprenticeship. I mean, maybe if it is, then yeah, do that. Because to be fair, some of these apprenticeships will be dragging out for 2-3 years, and it don't take 2-3 years to get qualified. Really, a year is enough. If you're hard on it and you're really learning, that a year is enough, man. Not fucking 6 weeks. I think if someone is somewhat good with their hands, bro, listen, what, from January to January or January to December, you should be able to be competent at being an electrician. Like, you ain't going to be an experienced fault finder in a year. But what I'm saying is, if you're on construction sites day in, day out for a whole entire year, bro, you should be able to rewire houses or do whatever your mentor's doing at the same sort of level after a year. You're doing the same thing day in, day out. How can you not be competent after a year? What's your opinion on the locksmith trade? I mean, them man, they make money, boy. I remember I had to pay for a Ross Clark locksmith. This guy charged me like £200. Yeah, for a 10-minute job. Man said it's boring. It's a boring job. I've done it. I don't give a damn. Bro, this is what I'm saying, yeah? You people go to work for the wrong reasons, you know? I don't give a damn if being a locksmith is a boring job. Where's the money? I go to work for money. I don't go to work for friends. I don't go to work because I ain't got nothing else to do. I go to work for money. Let me tell you something right now, yeah? I earn £300 a day working as an electrician, yeah, electrical tester, yeah? If they were saying, yeah, that, yeah, you can become a bin man and you will get paid £600 a day and the work is guaranteed, it's not, oh, you're going to get, well, I was going to say, I mean, it's down to me to not get fired and that. But yeah, you're not going to get laid off in the next 2 years. I will quit my job and be a bin man for £600 a day. And I will work there every fucking day. Yeah. Wherever the money is, that's where I'm going. See, a lot of people have too much pride. I will clean dirty, shitty toilets, yeah, for £600 a day. No problem. You got some people, yeah, they got so much pride, it just turns them stupid. You can meet a man, yeah, who's an electrician, yeah, who earns 250, £300 a day. And you can say to him, right, I've got this contract coming up for 2 years. You're not going to get fired. You're not going to get laid off for 2 years. If you get laid off, you can take us to court and claim the money, yeah? For 2 years, but you're going to be a painter and decorator for the next 2 years, every day, but you're going to get paid £600. There's certain guys will turn it down, you know. This is why you're broke. This is why you ain't got 6 properties and that. Because you go to work to wear the t-shirt. I'm an electrician. I don't give a fuck about being an electrician. I go to work to earn money. I don't go to work to say I'm an electrician. I don't give a fuck about being an electrician. I'll go to work for the money. That's it. Man say, what if it's boring like accounting? If accounting is paying big money, then I will do it. There's nothing boring about earning big money. Trust me. There's nothing boring about earning big money. When that paycheck comes in, like, listen, a lot of people, they would never want to work Monday to Saturday like I was, you know, between, let's say, December to like early February and that. But yo, when you're writing up your invoices, yeah, and you're submitting it to your office, yeah, and you're on your invoice, it says 2,300 per week. You're gonna work there Monday to Saturday. Press 1 in the chat, yeah. If you had a job that you could earn 2,300 a week, press 1 in the chat if you would work for 2,300 for a week, every week. Imagine that, yeah. Every week you're earning 2,300. My highest invoice ever was 2,800. Imagine that. You'd have to be a fool to not work for 2,800 or 2,300 doing 6 days a week. You people are not serious about money, man. I don't give a fuck. Like, I was saying this in a video yesterday. You know, obviously I made a couple videos about the guy that he had the 60 grand, but instead of buying another property, which he planned to do, he listened to his wife. I was gonna buy another property for investment purposes, but my wife said, yeah. So anyway, I was saying in a follow-up video, because obviously people were leaving comments underneath and that. I was saying in a follow-up video, if I was him, I would have told her, shut your mouth, yeah, and I'm buying a damn property. The reason why he did not buy a property with the 60 grand is because his wife wanted to upgrade the house to live more comfortable. I don't give a fuck about my comfort. Where's the money? You see, in December, yeah, in January, yeah, I moved into this house, yeah, officially, yeah. The house is still a construction site, yeah, but it was a construction site then. I didn't give a fuck. Do you know why? Because I was earning more money. I needed the money as well because obviously I was buying property number 6, yeah. I did not give a fuck. All I cared about is there a roof over my head and is there heating in the house? Because I ain't staying in no fucking cold house, yeah? That's all I gave a fuck about. I didn't even care if there was a bathtub. There's a gym 10 minutes down the road. If I really had to, I'll go there and shower every morning. Every morning. The most important thing was, is money coming in? And money was coming in, 2,300 every week and some more. 2,500 some weeks, 2,800 one week. Yeah, one time it happened, yeah? That's it. Now they said to me, how are you living on a construction site? I didn't give a fuck. I'm like a caveman. I will live in a box. As long as I'm getting paid, I'll live in a box. Listen, for the right price, yeah? Telling you now, if I was earning 20 grand a month and I had to sleep underneath a bridge, I'd earn 20 grand a month and sleep underneath a bridge. Yeah? Yeah, I'll do it. Not forever, obviously, but I will do it. For 20 grand a month, I'll sleep underneath a bridge. No problem. I'll do that. I'll have my shank just in case. Yeah. For 20 grand a month, I'll sleep under a bridge because I know what I'm going to do with that money. Yeah. You got to rough it, blood. No, listen. Obviously, sleeping underneath a bridge is extreme and that. But like living on a construction site, no woman would do that. This separates men from women. A man will live on a construction site so that he can save money and go and buy another property. And a woman wouldn't do that. This separates us two. Say, fucking, you got 60 grand, you can go and buy another house, but your wife decided that it was a better idea to upgrade the house to make the house look nicer. Oh, this is what I'm talking about, man. Unbelievable. Instead of building up an empire, you decided to build comfort. You can't make this shit up. Craziness. I would have taken that 60 grand and put down 2 deposits on 2 separate flats. So that now I've got 2 separate entities, I was going to say, 2 separate assets that are going up in value. Instead of just this one house that the only time I can pull out money from it is when I fucking sell it. Yeah, having one property is not enough. Because what's going to happen, yeah? All right, cool. You have your one house that's gone up in value by 200-300 grand. Yeah, okay, congratulations. But the only time you can reap the fruits of your labor and benefit from that property is when you sell it. So this is what happens, yeah? So you buy a house, you live in it for 25 years and that, okay, it's gone up by 300 grand and that. But in order for you to pull out the money, you need to sell the property and go and downsize into a bungalow. So you're downgrading. Oh, this is why you need to buy multiple properties, man. You want to have like 3-4 properties, man. Instead of just sitting on one fucking house. Yeah, man said comfort kills ambition. Yeah, it does. The only way you're going to be successful is if you put yourself through situations that are uncomfortable. It's not, listen, at the infamous Holborn job, yeah, as much as I love the job, yo, it wasn't comfortable, you know. Yo, when I used to get on the train in the mornings, it was like Groundhog Day. Press 1 in the chat if you've seen that old school movie with Bill, is it Bill Murray or something like that? Groundhog Day, where every day is the same. I used to get on the tube, on the train, and I used to see the same 4 out of 10 mid-trace girl. And some waste man at Seven Sisters Station, tall guy with cane rolls that stop here, used to always try and chat to her and get nowhere. Yeah. Big up, oh, was it O-East or O-East? Yeah, big up O-East for the £1 super chat. Respect, brother. Yeah. Yeah. Groundhog Day. I remember I used to step off of the train onto the platform and it's like the floor was moving. Man was dizzy. But guess what? After that, I had 40 grand saved up. Mad. Literally, it was like this, yeah? Get up at 6:30 in the morning and wake up to a cup of tea. My mum, big up my mum. She used to leave me a cup of tea in the morning, yeah? I would shower, put on my clothes, go to the front door, and just start running, yeah? Start running for the train, yeah? Get on the train, see the same people every day, and get to work for 8 o'clock. Work at the infamous Holborn job from 8 to 8 minimum, sometimes 10. One time it was 11, yeah? Go home, go through the front door, go straight to the kitchen, yeah? Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, that's the sound in the microwave, yeah? Eat my dinner and go to sleep. Sometimes my mum will come down, yeah, when she hears me knocking about and bring me a cup of tea, but that was it. I never saw my mum, only on Saturday and Sunday, because I used to finish work at 5 o'clock. So I would get back to Edmonton at 6 from Holborn, and then I'll go and pick my mum up from work. Yeah, I'll go to my mum's workplace and pick her up. Because my mum ain't fucking riding on fucking bus, not when her son has got a car, yeah? So I'd pick my mum up from work every day, but and on the weekends when she was working on the weekends. Not having my mum ride the fucking bus after a 12-hour shift. Right, sorry. 1 sec, big man. Hold on. Big up Ms. 528 with the £2 super chat. Respect. Right. So this old East guy said, teacher told me to do plumbing and leave electrics. What to do? Do what you want to do. Obviously, like, listen, man, you can make something of yourself, whether you're a plumber or electrician, innit? What do you prefer to do? Obviously, with the plumbing, yeah, there's more work for plumbers. I reckon, I'll say. If you want to do plumbing, just do the plumbing then. But remember, yeah, it doesn't really matter what you pick because you're supposed to be doing it for money. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're supposed to do it with the mindset of, I'm not going to be doing this forever because I'm going to invest in something that's going to bring back return so I don't have to fucking work. If you buy a HMO property, you can generate more rent. Yeah, you probably will generate more rent than renting out the whole house. Not more than Airbnb. Airbnb will make way more than what do you call it? HMO. But the reason why I do the HMOs is not because of generating rent. It's because the tenants are in the mindset of, you know, this ain't my house and that. So it's easier to kick them out. That's the only reason why I'm doing HMOs. If tenants had no rights where you could just kick them out, 2 months notice or 1 month's notice, boom, gone. I'll rent out the whole property. I don't give a fuck. Do you need a HMO license? It depends. Certain boroughs, you need a HMO license for a certain amount of tenants in a house or flat or whatever, and that just depends. Some boroughs are stricter than others. Do you know what? So someone just joined, yeah, and I just see their thing and they just talk about like mental health and that. And I just think to myself, like, why is there such emphasis on mental health? Like, everyone just loves to pretend that they've got problems that they ain't got. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just a damn jackass. That's it. You are a fool without purpose. You ain't got no mental health issues. You ain't a schizophrenic. You're a damn fool, blood. That's what you are. Yeah? Back to about mental health and that. And don't get me started with men's mental health as well. When have you ever heard Jay Wife talk about men's mental health? Foolishness, blood. It's just an excuse for someone to feel like they're special. Well, you know, I've got mental health issues. Oh, you ain't got nothing. You're just broke. You're just lazy. That's it. There's nothing wrong with you. Do you know what the cure is for mental health? Fucking purpose, ambition, and stuff to do. Not nonsense. I didn't say play Scrabble on your own or play solitaire or backgammon on your own or do a 1,000 puzzle piece. I didn't say that. But having stuff to do, yeah? Me, all day long, I'm busy. I get up in the morning, uploading videos. I go to work. In between, I'll be uploading videos and that. Even today, came back, took my bike out, so obviously I had my early dinner here, then took my bike out, went to Bedford, went to Creams, had a waffle, had a milkshake, came back, bam, I'm on the live stream. I've still got work to do after this, you know. I've got paperwork to do. I'll probably just get up early in the morning and do it instead. Exactly. A man's talking about mental health is a privilege. This is the realest truth. Yo, do you think people that are in a war-torn country have got time for mental health? Like, certain people's problems, yeah, it is a luxury to certain people, you know. There's certain men right now worried about their girl. Or like, oh, my girl broke up with me. Yo, there's men that have just lost their mum. There's men that have had their whole house blown up and all their family's gone and they're the last one. Or a man was in a mad accident and he's the only survivor. His 4-year-old daughter and his 6-year-old son gone. Sometimes, yeah, what you think is a problem, yo, someone would rather have that problem than what they're going through right now. Like a man quoted me, broke people are the problem. They are. Broke people are the problem. If someone is going to rob you, you think it's going to be a rich multi-millionaire, billionaire? You think it's going to come up to you and take your watch, your kettle, your iron, your pots and pans? No way. Who's going to break into your house and steal your laptop? You think it's a multi-millionaire? No way. Who is going to, and I thought about this, yeah? This is why I don't like being around people who are broke, yeah? If I'm in an altercation on the road, yeah, and this has happened before, I knocked out, didn't knock him out cold, but I bang dropped one guy in the street, yeah? Now, the witnesses, they wanted to come to court. And I think to myself, this is the problem with broke people. When people are broke, they want to come to court to give evidence over a fight. Not someone getting splashed and getting put in a box. They want to come to court, take a day off work to give evidence. Do you know why? Because their life is so fucking shit that they need a story to tell their friends. Oh, I was in court today. I gave evidence. They need a story because their life is so shit. Do you think a multi-millionaire, billionaire is going to court to give evidence because he witnessed the fight? You think Jeff Bezos is going to court to give evidence because he saw a fight? I'm telling you right now, yeah? Listen, I don't want to put words in Jeff Bezos' mouth here. What I'm saying is, I guarantee you, if Jeff Bezos probably saw, you get me, someone blam, yeah? First class ticket to the pearly gates of heaven. If Jeff Bezos saw, you get me, yeah? I guarantee you, if he could get away with not going to court, yeah? I guarantee he wouldn't. He's too rich to be spending time going to court, giving evidence. How the hell is that bringing him back money? Broke people, they want to be involved in these sort of things and that because they got nothing going on. Because they're PAYE, so they're probably on shit money, so they can just take it as annual leave. They're not on good money. No one who's a contractor, yeah, who's on £300 a day is taking a day off work, unpaid, to give evidence in a case that's got nothing to do with them. It's not like their mom got boxed in the face or anything like that. And you know what? If your mom got boxed in the face, you should be the person on trial, yeah? Because you should have done something to somebody, you understand? Ain't a witness. Yo, listen. There'll be witnesses for me, yeah? So, yeah, broke people on the phone. I remember I was getting in, I had a situation and that, and I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, these people, they might turn up to court, you know. They're broke. They got nothing going on in their life. They need a story. I reckon they will turn up to court, you know. Anyway, I just pleaded guilty, man. Broke people are the problem, man. You go, this is the reason why, yeah, people fly first class. They don't fly first class to have the t-shirt, oh, I flew first class. They do it to get away from the broke people, because broke people are problematic. Every time you see on these planes people having fights, it's always in the section where the broke people are. It's never in first class or business, ever. Show me 2 videos where people are having fights in the first class section. You never see it. You always see it where they're crammed in like sardines. Broke people are the problem. The reason why people want to shop at Waitrose is not because, oh, not just because the food quality is good and it's organic and that. They do it because they don't want to be around the scum of Tesco's, yeah, the scum of Sainsbury's, yeah. They don't want to be around them. People, there's certain people, they like Nando's food, but they don't want to be in Nando's, around Nando's type of people. Because Nando's, anybody can just roll up and turn up into that shop, into that restaurant. Why do you think, yeah, when rich people go to Harrods and that, they shut Harrods down so they can do their shopping? They don't want to be around certain people. They want to be around nobody. Why do you think, yeah, you got rich celebrities, yeah, that will just shut down the whole restaurant? Him and a girl are just on a date in this restaurant, shut down the whole restaurant. They don't want broke people around them. Every 2 minutes, oh, can I get a photo? Can I get a photo? Or putting them on social media, 50 cents at this restaurant, and then there's 500 people outside. Because I guarantee you, yeah, if 50 Cent goes to a restaurant and he shuts down the restaurant and he's eating with a gal on a date, yeah, if there's 500 people waiting outside, they're not 500 millionaires. There's not one millionaire outside waiting for 50 Cent. No way. No way. No way. An important person that's got a lot of things to do is not standing outside for an hour waiting for 50 Cent. Hey, 50 Cent, can I get an autograph? Hey, can I get a picture? No way. They're too busy for that. Too busy. I guarantee you, you know when Chris Brown got locked up in the UK? I guarantee you, every one of those girls that were waiting outside for him, you know, there were chicks that were waiting outside for Chris Brown. I guarantee all of them are broke. All of them are poor. All of them, social housing association, if they're lucky, got one property. If they're lucky, struggling to pay their mortgage. Guarantee you. Driving a fucking Range Rover Evoque, think they're doing their thing with their broadcast waste man baby dad that don't see is you. Guaranteed. I guarantee you none of them are rich. Guarantee none of them chicks there are multi-millionaires. Promise you. When you broke people, they got a different level of, a different set of time on their hands. Yeah? They're dangerous. If someone is going to pretend to fall over and hurt themselves in Asda to make a claim, it's not a multi-millionaire. It's someone who's broke. Every fucking time. Every time it's someone that's broke. You know it's to be true. Big up Marcus with the £2 super chat. Come on. I said, that's why I jump on it. Yeah. A man said that's why he jumps in an Uber instead of the bus. Yo, if imagine you're being on a bus and a man comes on the bus and he don't have a ticket or he just wants to start some commotion. There's guys out here, yeah, who will hold up the bus for 15 minutes arguing with the bus driver. Just get off the fucking bus, blood. Selfish motherfucker. You got 25 people on this bus that have somewhere to go. I mean, more than likely, they don't really have anywhere to go. That's important. But let's give them the benefit of the doubt. You and your selfish nature are going to hold up 25 people on this bus because you want to have an argument with a bus driver over paying £3 or £4. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, man. The only reason why, yeah, you will catch rich people on the tube and the train is because to get in and out of London, it just takes way too long. So you know what? They need to save time. So they ride the tube. But I guarantee you, they don't want to be on the tube with all them fucking crazy people. There's always some, do you know what? Yeah, the trains is where the mad people are. The tube, like there are mad people that ride the tube and that. But whenever you see madness going on public transport, I swear it's always the trains. It's not even really the buses, you know. The trains. Trains, man. Lower income people are dangerous. Press 1 in the chat if you saw the video that I made on my birthday where the kids, I was riding my bike and they threw drink and I hunted them down. Yeah? Lower income people are the problem. Those kids there were not from rich families. Fucking crazy. You're going to throw drink on someone that's riding a motorbike from a bridge. What if, yeah? See, this is what I'm saying, yeah? People don't think. What if there was a car in front and a car behind and it went on my visor, which it did? What if I couldn't see? So I broke suddenly, yeah? Because I couldn't see. And then the car behind me smashed into me and ran me over. You know what would have happened? I guarantee you, yeah? If the parents saw what happened, let's say this happened, the kids threw drink over me and it went on my visor. I broke suddenly because I couldn't see. And then a car smashed into me and ran me over and off me. I guarantee you, the parents, they would cover for their kids, you know, turn a blind eye, pretend it never happened. Unbelievable. Telling you, broke working class people, they are a problem. They are a problem, man. Serious problem. One time, yeah, I went to Krispy Kreme obviously to get some donuts. And I parked right outside. So if you know where Krispy Kreme is in Enfield, you've got the drive-through. There's parking bays right outside the drive-through. Press 1 in the chat if you know where the parking bays are, right outside the drive-through in the Krispy Kreme Enfield, yeah? So I parked right outside. And as I was walking to my car with my donuts, there was a woman. She had both of her windows down so I could hear the conversation. She was making a complaint to this manager woman that works, obviously, in Krispy Kreme, yeah? This manager woman, big her up. She's been working in Krispy Kreme from the beginning. I think she's from like Zimbabwe or somewhere like that. If you go in Krispy Kreme, you will see this woman, yeah? Big her up. I don't even know her name, but she remembers me from back in the day, man. Anyway, this woman's having an argument, saying, oh, I don't like the way I was spoken to by one of the employees. Going back and forth, going back and forth, going back and forth and that. I was eating my donut in the car. I decided to go to the toilet and come out. This woman, after I went to the toilet, I wasn't sitting on the toilet. I just went pissed. Don't get it twisted. What I'm saying is, I went to the toilet. I come out after 5 minutes. The woman is still outside arguing. This is a broke person. I know they're broke. The fact that they have so much time on their hands to sit and argue just because an employee was rude. Yo, if someone is rude to you, just cuss them back and that's it. You're going to stand there for 10 minutes having an argument and a discussion with someone over an employee being rude. This woman, she has something wrong with her. Like, the fact that she couldn't just let this situation go, I could just tell. There's a certain set of people in this world, they just want to argue with people and cause problems. I meet them all the time on these jobs. And then they wonder why they're broke. They wonder why they're in a council house. Too much time on your hands. Big up man like Django. Do you have good neighbors? Obviously, you know, me, I would say, the neighbors are dickheads and that. The kids playing football outside, I ban them from playing football. But the neighbors are good. Me, I just find anything. Yeah. Everything will piss me off. I don't like nothing. The fact that I made a situation of it and now the kids don't play football outside just shows you that, yo, yeah, anything gets on my nerves. If my neighbors are playing music, no, none of my neighbors play music anyway. A man says 7 kids but can't top up the electric. Mad thing. Yeah, dumb innit? Dumb. But no, yeah, I do have the road on lock. My neighbors, you see property number 1, yeah? Obviously, I own property number 6, which is next to property number 1. Property number 6, I ran up in the yard and I beat up the people that lived in there and I ended up buying the property. Not off of them. They sold the property to someone and I bought the property off of them. Anyway, they got a Ring doorbell camera for me because they've been living there for years. They never had no Ring doorbell. I smacked them up. A week later, they got a Ring doorbell. These neighbors on this road now, I must have said to the parents, yeah, when I move in, there's going to be some changes around here because the kids were playing out till 9 o'clock at night. No. Anyway, a couple of weeks later, they got a camera. Shook, yeah. You're not gonna act the way you want to act just because you've lived here before me. I don't give a fuck. There's a new kid on the block. There's a maniac at number 10. Yeah. Before, there was 10 kids playing out before I moved in. I moved in, no kids play out on this road. What? And some people might think, oh, I wonder if they moved away. No. One family's moved away. Funny enough, the woman tried to, like, she wants to step to me. I pushed her, yeah? A month later, she moved. Coincidence, innit? Mad coincidence. Don't give a fuck. Don't give a shit. You're going to behave yourself or you're going to be in problems because you're not bad. I mean, I'm not a nuisance. The only time my neighbors know that I'm here is because my car's outside. I don't play loud music. I don't smoke things I'm not supposed to smoke. I don't bring around antisocial people. My neighbor next door, some 80-year-old woman, I knew she was worried about me moving in, you know. But I guarantee you, yeah, If anyone asks you, what's it like living next to him? He's lovely. She always goes out of her way to say hello to me. Always goes out of her way to say hello to me and that. But anticipating me moving in, she probably thought, fuck it out. Because nobody knocks on my door. None of my neighbors have ever knocked my door apart from her. The people are too scared to knock my door because they know I'll kick off. When I first moved around there, the people were trying to tell me, oh, this is where you park. No, don't tell me where the fuck I park my car. Yeah? You ain't telling me nothing, blood. Yeah, they're lucky. Yeah, I've got stuff to lose. I'll be punching people up, blood. You lot don't know me. I'm telling you. You lot might think this is chat. This ain't chat, blood. This ain't chat. If you came to the roads that I live on and that, you can ask people in the local area, like, yeah, that guy, he's fucking serious. He's not a big guy. I'm a small guy. I'm 5'9", but the energy is big. Trust me. Trust me. You lot can think this is gas talk. You can think what you want. You can go to my mum's yard and ask my mum, stepdad, brother, what's he like? Yeah. Lunatic. When it kicks off, it's on. Yeah, when it's on, it's on. Yeah. Yeah, no ball games. Someone said, was he Jamaican with 7 kids? No, man, he was English. I never met him. Someone said, real yard, man. Yeah, listen, you see me, yeah? I'm not one of these people that will move to a new road and be like, I don't want to be that angry black man. Because I've got a friend that he's on that shit. Yeah. He told me, yeah, that like his neighbor is one of them people that thinks she runs the road. Yeah. And he said, and then he must have said in another conversation, yeah, I just keep myself to myself because I don't want to be known as that angry black man. I'm the complete opposite. I even put a Jamaican flag outside my window because I'm the only black person on this road. There's some mixed race people, but mixed race is not black. Yeah. I even hung a Jamaican flag out the window just to piss my neighbors off. I bet some of them thinking, oh, I'd love to take that flag. Take the flag down and see what happens. See what happens. That flag has been up there for about, well, nearly a year. Nobody's touching that flag. Take it down and see what happens. See what happens. Some people, they would never hang their flag out the window. But they'd be like, oh, what are the neighbors going to think or do? No one's doing nothing. No. I mean, if they wanted to, they could do some little sly shit if they wanted to when I'm not around and that. But they would never own up to it. No way. No way. But don't get it twisted. Man's talking all this madness and that, but don't get it twisted. I don't go around picking on people. No. It's when people are acting up. Yeah, they're going to have a problem in that. There's people on this road, I've never had an interaction with them. Do you know why? Because they're not an idiot. They keep themselves to themselves. They're quiet. That's it. Just be quiet. Yeah? That's it. Me, I'm a quiet person, so why can't you be a quiet person? You know, we've got to respect the neighbors and that. You know, these parents around here that are letting 10 kids play out on this road until 9:30 at night on a Thursday night, they seem to think, or they seem to thought at the time, because it don't happen no more. It don't happen no more. But they thought at the time, oh, because there's bungalows on my road with elderly people living on it, yeah, in them. They say, oh yeah, just because they don't say anything, it's all right. Nah, they're just not saying nothing. I'ma say something. Yeah, I'ma say something. What's sad is if it was a Palestine flag, it would be an issue. But don't get it twisted, man. Listen, I don't go around bullying no one. Listen, I don't even make eye contact with people on this road and that. I just go about my business, don't trouble nobody. But if someone is pissing me off, I'm gonna have a fucking problem. That's it. Because as much as these people around here, they hate me, yeah, I don't do nothing to piss them off. I remember when they called the police on me not too long ago, yeah? 8 people came out to file reports against me. This is what I'm saying, yeah? You lot with this victim mindset thinking the whole world is against you because you're a black man. Yo, they had video footage of me doing stuff and the police still let me go. Still let me go. Imagine that. They've got 8 people come outside to file complaints about me. He done this to my car. He done this to my dad's car. He look, here's him. He pushed this person on camera, you know. They caught me pushing someone on camera. They had other video footage. They've been filming me, you know, moving mad, yeah, on other occasions and that. The police still let me go. Say it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, boy. But don't get it twisted. I'm not a bully. Yeah. I've defended people. Don't get it twisted. I had little kids at the back of my house at the other place, property number 1, swearing at my 80-year-old neighbor. My neighbor is a great grandma, you know. Mad. What's that, like 4 generations or something like that? Middle fingers up. Well, I went to the parents' house and that because the kids were kicking ball at the back of the house. Yeah, at the garages. See, my neighbor at the other place, I always seem to be living next to old people, you know. My neighbor at the other place, she said those kids were out there for years. I came along, it stopped. I had to go over to the parents' house and threaten them a few times. They even called the police on me as well. Because they were just moving mad. Yeah. But yeah, it stopped. It stopped. They no longer play football outside the back. She told me every year she dreads the 6 weeks holidays because those kids will be out there playing ball. When I came, it stopped eventually. I had to go over to the parents' house a few times and threaten them. Yeah. But yeah, it don't happen no more. How long have I lived at this property? I mean, obviously, I've owned this property since April of 2024, but I kind of only like moved in properly around December and that. Nah, man, talking about let the kids play ball. Nah, man, you can go somewhere else. Nah, because they'll be kicking ball and they'll be hitting people's cars and that. And this is the thing, yeah. The parents will be mad at me like, oh, telling my kid you can't play football on the street. But the day they kick the ball, because some people pull up in some nice cars, you know, like BMW M5, yeah, nice Mercedes and that. The day their child kicks the ball and it damages someone's car, dents the bumper or dents the door or smashes the window, they would have hoped that their kid never kicked that ball. Yeah, they would have hoped that earlier that day someone said stop playing ball so that their kid didn't kick the ball and damage someone's car. Yeah, because now their parents have to pull out money, £500 to fix this damage and that. Yeah, so maybe I'm doing them a favor, they just don't know it. Yeah, what do they call that? There's like a term for that, like what you're doing seems like a bad thing, but you're actually helping. Like, imagine, yeah, like, so like my mom, yeah, she was so fucked. She used to make me, imagine, yeah, 15 years old, yeah, during the summer holidays, my mom would make me come in at 7 p.m. 15 years old, 7 p.m. Yo, we don't get dark till like 9:30 certain times during the summer holidays. 15, my mom would make me come in at 6:30, 7 p.m., you know, at 15 years old. Fucking 5'9" at 15. What the fuck am I coming in at 6:30, 7 p.m.? But anyway, obviously, I'm thinking, oh, my mom's doing me dirty and that, yeah? But at the same time, she's probably saving me from myself. Cause yo, you know when it gets dark and late and that, kids get up to foolishness. Yeah? So yeah, I thought, oh, my mom's, you know, holding me back. My mom's oppressing me and that. But she's probably doing me a favor by making me come in at 7 p.m. You never know. maybe one of those nights that was out till 9:30 could have got poked. You see, if I was just in at 6:30 p.m. that night, I'd have been all right. But because I was out at 9:30, yeah, even one of my guys, I ain't gonna say his name, but if you know his name, you know his name. One of my guys got poked 19 times in Edmonton. You can search it on YouTube. I was at his house. Me and the man was at his house that day. And we left his house and went to Edmonton Green bus garage. And we was chilling with some girls. I thought, man, fuck this. This is long. I went home. 30 minutes later, well, 30 minutes later, I got a phone call from one of my brethren. He's actually in jail now for an M. Yeah? You lot can put his name in the chat. Basically, he was the getaway driver when one youth that was a little younger to me ended up blamming someone in the head, yeah, from Tottenham, somewhere like that, yeah. Anyway, so my brethren phoned me and said, such and such is at your door. I'm thinking, eh? Just for a split second, I'm thinking, like, this is my dog, but he never knocks on my front door. We always meet out on the street. He knows where I live. He knows where I live. But he, like, you know, certainly your friends, they never knock your door. You just meet them out on the street, yeah? So anyway, he phoned me. He said, so-and-so's outside. Then so-and-so's knocking on my window because he can see me from the outside in. I bust open the front door. He's like, yo, my man got stabbed. There was like 20 of them. I think he's dead. I'm like, yo. So anyway, man's gone out to get me to see Wagwan and that, brought a crutch. Yeah, that was the weapon of choice back in the day. Yeah, man used to walk with a crutch. Ain't nothing wrong with man. But that, yeah. Anyway, bare paramedics and yo, mad. Yeah, nuts. But the point of the story is that, like, you know, if the girls did not bore me, if I did not go home, I might have got bored because everyone ran off and one person got caught. I might have been that one person that got caught. Yeah. He survived, man. He survived. Yeah. And you know, so basically, I got nicked for it. Yeah, they basically nicked me for attempted murder, but obviously, I had nothing to do with it. I was, because basically, obviously, I had a name and a face in my area. Like, yo, there was some gang matrix book. They put me at the top, yeah, like trying to say that I was one of the ringleaders. Nah, I just had a bait face in my area. Now, obviously, man was putting in work and that. So, anyway, they nicked me. They came looking for me and they nicked me because they thought I was involved because they see me in the area earlier on CCTV, and then after the incident happened, they see me running around, like, well, like walking around and that. So they thought I was involved in that. Nah. So obviously, when I got nicked for this attempted murder, I'm saying that, yo, he is my friend. I was at his house that day. Ask his mum. And obviously, his mum verified, yeah, he was there. He got nothing to do with it and that. So anyway, after I got out of the cells, like, let's say he came out of hospital like after 4 days and that, yo, I was nervous to go and visit him at his house. Because obviously I'm hearing that he got poked 19 times, yeah? So when I went to his yard, I'm thinking he's going to be in the bed all corded up with things attached to him. This guy was just sitting there playing Xbox. I'm like, oh, you're good, fam. I'm thinking he's going to be folded. Nah. But he just got lucky. They were poking him with screwdrivers and shit like that. He just got lucky because I know, man, they've been poked one time. One and done. That's it. One time. One time. There's man here that have been poked up mad where they, boom, break the blade off inside the ute, you know, still survive. And then certain man, they get poked one time and their leg gone. So some people just get lucky. Some people are unlucky. It's serious right here. You know, it was funny, yeah. So basically, when I was on bail for attempted thing, yeah. Obviously, there was one guy in my area. He's from my generation. He actually went to my school. He's just like a year older than me, yeah. We wasn't allowed to be next to each other. The bail conditions was, yeah, me and him are not allowed to be together, yeah. Why they done that, I don't fucking know. Yeah. But I'm not gonna say his name, but basically someone put it in the chat, yeah. He's like a bait guy from my generation, yeah. Let me see if you lot will be able to guess. If I say the word general, nah, it weren't him. It weren't him. Nah, it weren't him. If I say the general, yeah, let's see if you lot know it. Me and him weren't allowed to be together. Yeah, we didn't get nicked at the same time, but he got, yeah. Me and him weren't allowed to be together. So anyway, one time, me and him are standing like in between Emerton Green Bus Garage and Emerton Green Leisure Centre. We're standing like there's me, him, and a couple other men. We're just chatting. He's looked at me and he said, "We're not allowed to be together, you know." I said, "Yeah, I know." Next thing you know, but police are just coming. They're coming for us, you know. They clocked. Them two are not allowed together. Yo, I ran off down the road and I just got stopped. I just got stopped by the police, innit? They caught man, and I thought today's the day I'm going to Feltham and that. But basically what happens is, yeah, if you get arrested but released on bail without charge, if you break the bail conditions, which might be don't contact this person, don't be seen by this person, don't be seen in this place, don't go to this place and that, they will arrest you and then release you. But if you get released on bail after you've been charged and you breach your bail conditions, you're going to prison. You're getting remanded. You're going Feltham, or you're going to whatever local remand centre, I don't know, Chelmsford or Belmarsh or something like that. Obviously, it depends on how serious the crime is, obviously. Anyway, I'm coming off in 1 minute. Do I know Bakari Davis? Nah. I don't know who that is, man. Ain't Bakari, ain't that what's that youth's name? What's the youth that was running in the people's houses? Mizzy, but Mizzy, something like that. Ain't his name Bakari or something like that? What you having for dinner? I already had my dinner earlier. I had my dinner at like 2 o'clock. I only eat 1 meal a day, really. But yeah, I only eat 1 meal a day. Yeah, I had some Turkish food earlier, and then afterwards, obviously, I've gone to Creams and just got a plain waffle and a milkshake. That was mine. Man said, "On my life, you look like a brown version of Mizzy." No, I don't. See this, yeah? This guy, Angry Man, said, "Jay Wise, I really like that video regarding people distracting themselves with this whole Palestine thing. I'm Somali and I don't get why our people are so invested." So basically, when I was talking about a video, so in a video, I was saying that, you know, a lot of people are way too heavily invested in this Palestine business and that, yeah? And I remember there was this white youth, he's like a lawyer, yeah? He used to have these TikTok lives. He used to just sit in front of the camera, but he never used to speak. And he would have people in the small squares, yeah, arguing and debating over this Palestine thing or whatever, innit? And on a number of occasions, yeah, I've seen Somalian girls just be going nuts. Like they're moving, like if they was in the same space as people, they would get cracking. That's how they're moving. These are gyal, you know. The aggression was off the scale. They were redlining, yeah. And I thought, like, raw. How comes on a couple of occasions it's like Somalian chicks, but it's different Somalian chicks and that. And even this guy, yeah, they said like, "Oh, I'm Somali and I don't get why people are so invested in that." Do you know what it is? I just think that a lot of people, they feel inferior to a certain set of people, so that's why they got beef with them. That's what I think it is. I think they just feel inferior, yeah, to the J3W people. That's what I think it is. I don't know why, but I just feel like certain people, they just feel inferior to the J3Ws and that. and that's why they got beef with the certain country that represents the J3Ws and that Bethlehem, you know, those sort of places and that. Yeah, but is Bethlehem in Israel? It is, isn't it? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Press 1 in the chat if Bethlehem is in Israel. Yeah. But yeah, I just think they got beef with them. They feel inferior. I don't know why. How the hell someone can make you feel inferior? Because let's say I'm wrong about that. There are people on planet Earth here that feel inferior to other people. There are people on planet Earth that watch people and observe people on Instagram and get jealous of their life. Sure, there's people on Instagram that drive Lamborghinis and Ferraris and have big mansions and that. I never get jealous, you know. But you know what it is? The reason why I don't think I get jealous is I think it's because I know one day I will have that myself. So I don't get jealous. Like, I do not aspire to fly on private jets and have Lamborghini yachts. There's actually a Lamborghini yacht, you know, it's mad. I don't give a fuck about that. So when I see people and they're like, oh, yeah, it looks nice and that, but doesn't appeal to me. Don't care. And then the stuff that I do want that other people have, the big mansion and the Ferrari or the Lamborghini, I'm like, yeah, well, on a long enough time scale, I will have that. So, you know, I'm a patient person. Yeah. So I'm implying that the J3 people represent such and such, and then the ops are thing. Well, they're not my ops. I'm just saying, but yeah. The opposition, yeah. But yeah, I'm coming off in 1 minute. I know I said that about 20 minutes ago. Yeah. How much deposit you putting on these properties? 25%, which is a quarter. So if the property's worth, let's say like some of my flats, yeah. I had one flat. The first flat I bought was property number 2. I put down about 20 grand because I bought the flat for 20,000. I bought the flat for 105,000. So I put down like 20,000 and a little bit. Yeah, and then the other flats that I bought afterwards, 32 grand. I put down a lot of money in deposits, man, like over 100 grand in deposits. I said, pattern up the neighbors. Right, I'm coming off now. Early night, get up in the morning. I've got stuff to do, man. I still got paperwork to do. So, what do you like about Nottingham? I'm not in Nottingham. I'm in this Northampton area. Would you have done anything differently? The only thing I think, like, you know, having a criminal record. So the only thing I would have done differently was not get caught. Yeah. You know, if I didn't get in the trouble that I got in, I wouldn't be Jay Wise. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell you stories about the streets. I can tell you stories about going country. I can tell you stories about beefing, man, riding out, getting wrapped up, wrapping man up, getting stabbed, going to prison, then turning it around. Yeah, getting an apprenticeship, even fighting people in my first or second week during my apprenticeship, buying up a bunch of properties and that. So if I didn't do that stuff and get in trouble, I wouldn't have these stories to tell. Big up Elizabeth. I don't know you, but now I know you. Respect for supporting, liking up the live. Wow, she's got it hard, boy. She did bare likes. I might have to make Elizabeth the new moderator. But yeah, if I didn't have all these life experience and that, then, you know, how can you be a wise man with no life experience? You're just going off a theory. Man's actually been there, done that. Someone said, why did you fight? Basically, someone threw a piece of wood in my direction. I didn't like it. So I spoke up about it. A man tried to step to me. I just banged him in his head, across his forehead. Simple. I've had other fights at work. The last time I had a fight at work, some guy at the infamous Holborn job tried to step to me in the office. I dashed him on the table. One hand. The shoot was taller than man as well. Grabbed him by his throat, slammed his head on the table. Yeah. Because you see on the infamous Holborn job, obviously man walk a certain way. Certain people, yeah, they thought I was fake, you know, like, he's putting on this act like he's a rude boy and that. And someone tested me in the workplace and I showed them I'm actually a real guy, you know. Yeah. Dashed him on the table. Man tried to step to me. It's not happening. Not happening. I'm a violent man. You don't understand. You don't get it. Don't get it twisted. I've never put my hands on Nadia. Not in that way. Obviously, I grabbed her by her neck, but not in that context. Not out of anger. Role play. You understand? Yeah. I've even slapped her as well. Not in that context. Yeah. Not out of anger. Role play. You understand? Yeah. You can ask her. I've never hit her ever. But anyway, yeah, when people, yeah, if you step to me, fam, it's on. I don't. This is why I'm not going on certain podcasts because it's like, yo, man, just seem like you just want to fight people and that. But I'm going on a podcast to tell my story, not get into beef and that. And the thing is, as well, the host, they're the sort of person, when I go first, they won't release that footage, edit it out, or not release the footage and that. Fuck that. Fuck that. At least if I go first, even if I lose, I still want people to know I went first. A man wouldn't release that footage. Nah, fam, not happening. I'm not. Nah. Back in the day, man wanted to go on a podcast. I'm like, yeah, my man, you get me. Old school, yeah. Old school, listening to man from day dot. Nah, man, not the way it's going now. Sad, man. About you get me? Man used to look up to man like, yo, that's my man, you get me? Yeah. Man said, why do you think you're so violent then? Man grew up violent, you get me? Like, I was even chatting to a girl the other day, like yesterday, like voice notes and that, and she's like, why are you so aggressive? And I'm thinking, I don't even think I sound aggressive. But anyway, like, when you grow up in a aggressive environment, you're going to be aggressive. Like, you know, when you're used to being aggressive, and don't get it twisted, these aggressive environments were self-inflicted. My little brother, he ain't like me. We come from the same house. We had the same DNA. You understand? So, but you know what? Yeah, apparently, like my dad was violent and aggressive. I don't know him. I don't know nothing about him like that. You know what I mean, I look just like him though, man. You know what? I've got a picture of my dad. I'm gonna upload it when I find it. Let me see if I can find it now. I'm sure it's in the archive. To be fair, I've uploaded other pictures of my dad actually, but there's a picture of my dad that looks just like me, you know. See if I can find it. See if I can upload it. See if I can find it. Yeah, it's here. Yeah, I'll be putting it on JY's TV, the original account. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know nothing about him, but Yeah, I do look just like him, boy. Mad. Anyway, coming off now. Someone said, how old are you when you left jail? Just 18. I was only there for 2 months anyway. Got sentenced to 6 months, only had to do 2 months. Because I was snitching. I'm joking. I'll tell you now, yeah. If I ever got caught up in some mad cases, I'm snitching. I don't give a fuck. I'm not adhering to some street code. I know a man who witnessed his cousin, yeah, one and done. And he didn't want to give the person's name because of some street code, road code. I don't give a fuck. Bro, the man's mum, yeah, wants justice served, yeah? And you're gonna hold that back because you don't want to be known as a snitch? Yo. I'm talking, I don't give a fuck, blood. Anyway, I'm done. Right, YouTube man, I'm off.